Trump, you stupid clown.
Donald Trump, you stupid clown.
Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Immigrants will take you down.
Immigrants will take you down.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Immigrants will take you down.
Immigrants will take you down.
Donald Trump, you stupid clown.
Donald Trump, you stupid clown.
Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Immigrants will take you down.
Immigrants will take you down.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Repeat after me, y'all. Hey, Chicago, what do you know?
Hey, Chicago, what do you know?
Crime is at an all-time low.
Crime is at an all-time low.
Hey, Chicago, what do you know?
Hey, Chicago, what do you know?
Crime is at an all-time low.
Crime is at an all-time low.
Donald Trump, you stupid clown.
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 Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Troops ain't welcome in this town.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Donald Trump, you racist clown.
Immigrants will take you down.
Immigrants will take you down.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
No Trump, no troops.
No Trump, no troops.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
No Trump, no troops.
No Trump, no troops.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
No Trump, no troops.
No Trump, no troops.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
Chicago isn't licking boots.
No Trump, no troops.
No Trump, no troops.
No fear, no hate.
No fear, no hate.
No ICE in our state.
No ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate.
No fear, no hate.
No ICE in our state.
No ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate.
No fear, no hate.
No ICE in our state.
No ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate.
No fear, no hate.
No ICE in our state.
No ICE in our state.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation. Down with the occupation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Up with liberation.
Up with liberation.
Down with the deportation.
Down with the deportation.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Say it loud and say it clear.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Make some noise for yourselves, y'all.
When Chicago is under attack, what do we do? When Chicago is under attack, what do we do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When workers are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Good evening, everybody. My name is Jay. I'm a co-chair with the Anti-War Committee Chicago, as well as the Coalition Against the Trump Agenda. I'm honored to be one of your MCs today, and we'll be introducing some amazing Chicago organizers. But before I intro our first speaker, I'd like to give some background. I know we all know why we're here today, but we have to be clear in our message in every opportunity that we get. The Trump administration is targeting Chicago because this is a working class union town with progressive black leadership. We have a mayor who refuses to back down to Trump, as Brandon Johnson has called Trump a tyrant and called for resistance against his attacks. We have the Chicago Teachers Union, led by Stacey Davis Gates, who scares the ruling class more than any labor leader in the country. ICE may be infiltrating our neighborhoods, but they have been met with resistance every single day. This is the city that voted for a ceasefire resolution. This is the city that kicked Trump out of town in 2016 and forced him to close down his rally. Chicago refuses to back down. We organize, we take to the streets, and we defend our communities. How dare Trump call the people of Chicago criminals when the criminals are those in the White House funding a genocide, kidnapping people off the street, without due process, protecting pedophiles. Meanwhile, the crime in Chicago is at an all-time low, just like in D.C. Meanwhile, billionaires are robbing workers of our wages and withholding life-saving resources. Trump's plan to criminalize our people is a weak attempt at flipping the blame onto us, when it's clear that the intended actions of the ruling class are what cause violence, poverty, famine, and genocide. And now Trump has set a new record, beating his own, of the amount of bombs he's dropped on Somalia. His administration recently admitted to committing war crimes by bombing a Venezuelan boat just earlier this month. It's been 232 days since this administration was sworn into office, and in that time, it's crystal clear that Trump has no issue committing crimes anywhere, on anyone, abroad or in the U.S. That is why we must organize with an anti-imperialist core at the foundation of our work, because under imperialism, none of us can truly be free. Only by a mass movement, one that unites and is led by working class people, black people, immigrants, indigenous folks, white folks, together can stop Trump's attacks. We must organize. We must stay in the streets and keep each other safe. If you are not in an organization, please join one. If your org is not in the Coalition Against the Trump Agenda, come find me and I'll help you get involved. Under these conditions, it will never get better. But when we fight, we may not win everything that we fight for, but we fought for everything that we've got. We ain't free till we all free. We ain't free till we all free. I can't hear you. We are free till we all free. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce my co-MC, Monica from LSNA.
Hello everyone. Before we continue, I want to ask si el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. On that note, we want the pueblo together this afternoon, so please, the people who's in the back, make your way forward. We want to show unity. We want to show the joy. We want to show the love that we have for each other, because when we are faced with hatred, we give love back, because that's who we are. This afternoon, we're here protecting. We are protected by the biggest right, which is the right of us knowing our rights, of us educating our people, of us educating each other, of us being the village that is failing to us, the system that is so broken and is trying to keep us down. I'm here today to protect your children, my sisters, my brothers. The reason that has me here is a self-motivated agenda. Yes, it is, because I have 2 children who are American-born citizens, and just because they decided to be their authentic lives, they're most vulnerable than me, that I'm an immigrant. Today I'm here representing all the trans community, the gay community. We're part of the human race. Regardless of the color of our skin, we're one. Borders are not God-made. They're human-made. And today we're bringing down those barriers and show them that when all systems fail, es el pueblo protegiendo el pueblo. Today we're protecting each other by the power of community. Thank you. So let me give you a little bit of context, because if we're not mad after hearing my co-MC, we're gonna be very mad, and we need to be mad, right? Today is a day for us to show joy and power in the numbers, but it's also for us to say we're mad, and we're not allowing people to intimidate us, people to target us just for the color of the skin. So over the last 2 weeks, we have seen Trump escalate his attacks in our communities. ICE taking people from domestic violence court, that ain't right. They already victimizing the people who are victims from crimes. ICE is patrolling our neighborhoods and taking people right off the street. That ain't right, people. That ain't right, my people. Today, we heard ICE was patrolling courthouses across Cook County. That ain't right. That ain't right. Trump is using art and catchy sounding names to try to scare us, while right-wing influences, someone who might be out there in the crowd right now, look each other, face each other, look in the back, look on the side. You want to make sure that the people that is here are true allies. We are here to protect peacefully. We are here to protect for our rights, but please be mindful for the people who's in here with us, because not everybody here today is ally, but we want to show them that the right people is here with the right agenda, and that is for us to be allies for each other. Look at this crowd. Look at this beautiful crowd. Just 3 days after our last march, we are looking out for one another more than ever before. El día de hoy, yo les quiero decir que estamos aquí para protegernos con el poder de la comunidad. Unos para los otros, porque cuando todos los sistemas nos fallan y nos quieren intimidar, ¿qué es lo que hacemos? No nos dejamos y peleamos, porque estamos protegidos por el derecho más fundamental, que es el de que nosotros conocemos nuestros derechos, y es algo que nadie nos puede quitar. Pero también tengo una agenda muy importante el día de hoy, que es proteger a las comunidades más vulnerables, que aunque son ciudadanos de este país, están tratados peor que nosotros los inmigrantes. Y esas son la comunidad LGBT y la comunidad trans. Vamos a proteger nuestras muñecas el día de hoy. Today we march and we say, sí se puede, until one day we can say, sí se pudo, mi gente. Let's do this. Okay. So, on that note, keep that energy going through the whole march, my people, because we're here, and let's feel that love. On that note, I want to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Middleton from Community Renewal Society.
In New York City, one of our ancestors, Mother Fannie Lou Hamer, stood with Malcolm X, and she said that she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. For such a time as this, we must invoke the spirit of our ancestors, and we must also lament, as Fannie Lou Hamer did, that I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Her words, so much more than a powerful expression, offered up the restlessness and righteous rage of a movement steadfast in resisting state-sanctioned acts of violence that threaten to dehumanize, disinherit, and devalue the dignity of a race of people. Hamer, an iconic freedom fighter amidst the civil rights movement, spoke for equity and economic justice, and alongside a multitude of issues, including voting rights and women's choice, she rejected the old lie of scarcity, where greedy, racist, capitalist, patriarchal systems work overtime to convince us that there is not enough of anything to go around. Our ancestor mother, Fannie Lou Hamer, rejected that old lie that is still trying to cheat and steal today. She insisted that there is more than enough education, there is more than enough health care, there is more than enough employment opportunities, there is more than enough room for those who dare to dream a dream big enough for the unborn children who will inherit this earth. And they will one day ponder the question raised by Dr. McMickle, who asked, where have the prophets gone? How will time answer that question of moral consciousness, righteousness, and accountability? Hamer's lament of being sick and tired of being sick and tired echoed alongside the sentiments of Dr. King, who said he was sick and tired of his people being reduced to nobodiness, invisibilized, and disinherited. Hamer insisted also prophetically, as we've already heard today, that nobody's free. I said nobody is free until everybody is free. Therefore, this movement for freedom is not one to be fought in isolation, segregated by racist rhetoric intended to pit black and brown against one another, intended to divide us by our native lands, our native tongues, cultures, and by the color of our skins. Hear me now, comrades, freedom fighters, friends, each of us right now, in this Kairos moment, we have the choice between beloved community and bigotry, scarcity, narrative, or freedom and liberation for all. Because, my friends, love and liberation do not collide, but they complement one another. And we must all be sick and tired of being sick and tired. We must all be sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if we're not sick and tired of being sick and tired, then we are hypocrites who condone the welcoming of some and the demonizing of others. We are hypocrites who condone opening the welcome mat for some, but for others separating children from their families and demonizing and marginalizing others. If we are not sick and tired of being sick and tired, then we are deceiving ourselves and remaining silent while some children who are not only separated from their families, but have died in the custody of ICE. We must be righteously outraged, just like Fannie Lou Hamer. Can you see her? Can you hear her? Can you feel her reverberating in this space? Can you hear her calling on us to speak up, to stand out, and to press forward in this movement and insist that nobody's free until everybody's free? So if you're sick and tired of the scarcity narrative, let me hear you say we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you're sick and tired of the racist narratives that pit black and brown folks against one another, let me hear you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you believe in equity, diversity, and inclusion, if you believe in love, and if you believe that there is no place for ICE here, no place for Trump here, no place for occupation here, let me hear you say we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. This is our duty, to envision a democracy where freedom rings, resounding throughout the land for every human life and for all creation. We must be the restless prophets who are sick and tired of being sick and tired for this movement right now today. So when our children ask the question, where have all the prophets gone? We can say that on this day, we stood firm, we stood strong, and we stood united, resisting racist policies that will occupy our sanctuary city. We say that that's not welcome and not accepted here. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Give it up for Dr. Middleton, y'all. Next, I'd like to introduce Craig from Anakbayan, Chicago.
Defend! Defend! Defend migrants now! Defend! Defend! Defend migrants now! Mabuhay, mga kasama! My name is Craig. I am chairperson of Anakbayan Chicago, a youth and student movement fighting for the national democracy in the Philippines. I am also speaking as a representative of the Tanggol Migrante movement, or Defend Migrants, a national alliance of hundreds of Filipino organizations fighting for the rights and welfare of migrant workers. In the midst of uncertain times, we will be there to support and defend Filipino migrants, and we hope you can be there too. One migrant that we've been fighting for is Tita Rebecca. She has been held in detention since March without proper medical attention and without her kidney and blood pressure medication. She has not received proper care since her detention and has not received her critical medication for 3 months. She is 71 years old. Shame! She also has to pay for everything there while in detention. A 20-minute phone call to her family costs a lot of money. And right now, her freedom and safety is very important to us. We will continue to put pressure on the Philippine government and urge the judge of her case to make the right decision. Yeah. We are also fighting for Kuya Darren and Tita Ernie, one of our other cases. Kuya Darren has been held in Broadview and transferred to Indiana, the same detention center just miles away from here. Shame. Handcuffed in front of his young daughter and detained for a traffic violation from 6 years ago. That ain't right. He was deported 2 weeks ago, but we were able to put pressure on the Philippine government to make sure that he is comfortable. Now he's there in the Philippines with his family. We want to push to make sure that he has the proper finances to make sure that him and his family are all right. As for Tita Ernie, he was held in O'Hare several days in Broadview. And then he was transferred to Kentucky, detained for 3 months, no assistance for lost wages. But Tito Ernie is free because of us and because of the collective power of Tanggol Migrante community. In the Philippines, local typhoons and flooding have devastated the community. President Bongbong Marcos Jr. has done nothing for them. Instead, leaving the Philippines to visit Donald Trump and his administration to play puppets. The result of their deal, a 1% drop in terrorists from 20 to 19%. No mention of flood relief and no mention of the migrants here detained by Trump and his administration. Shame. And not to mention the reason for why all of you are here today. I'm sure you all feel the urgency of what is happening, and what is happening is terrible for all of our neighbors and our families. Remember, everyone, the chains that bind us are linked to the same oppressor. The same oppressor that commits a genocide in Palestine, detains our neighbors from all over the world, sends our police to beat on us when we shout out loud that we've had enough. We've had enough! But I'm here to tell you, mga kasama, that there is hope. Because of our efforts, we were able to put enough pressure on the judge and the Philippine embassy, and it's because of our support that Tito Ernie is free and with his family. And we must continue to fight back and sustain the fight. Will you help us? The fact that I see all of you here today taking the time and energy shows me the true power of the people. With more education, more collaboration, and a concerted effort, we can push back against the administration, push back against ICE, and begin to address critically the root causes of migration that put our community and our family in harm's way. There are many ways to help. You can support alliances like Tango Migrante or any alliance that you see here. Donate finances to grow these networks or educate yourself. If you haven't already, join an organization. Join us in building an alliance to defend migrants. Dare to participate in the struggle and do it without fear. As children of Filipino migrants, we have decided to fight back against the system that forces us to far away from our families. What will you do? As Tango Migrante, we've decided to support and defend our communities. What will you do? As a network in solidarity, we continue to advocate for those that share in our collective struggle. What will you do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? When our community is under attack, what do we do? What will we do? What will we do? Thank you. Maraming salamat, community. Thank you very much.
Okay, mi gente, let's give it up for our next speaker, Ana Guajardo from Centro de Trabajadores Unidos. ¿Cómo estamos, Chicago? How are we? How are we feeling? No. ¿Cómo estamos? Ana Guajardo again with Centro de Trabajadores Unidos, the United Workers Center in the southeast side of Chicago and south suburbs. The times we are living now are times of fear. But systems of larger control and oppression, they continue to dismantle our communities. We have seen through American history how immigrants and communities of color continue to be oppressed, discriminated because of the color of their skin, because of their legal status, because of where they live, and other actions. As we fight back today, we can draw on lessons from the past. In 2005, we saw how the community stood up against the racist and oppressive actions by Representative Sensenbrenner. People stood up and fought back. We must continue to educate our community members about the rights that they have. And when ICE and this administration changes their tactics, we change our strategy and we organize and we fight back. Now is the time, now is not the time to sit back and watch. We ask and call upon our brothers and sisters who are not here, who are afraid. If you cannot come out, ask your family member to turn out for you. If you cannot come out, ask your friend to come out for you. Ask your teacher, ask your pastor, ask someone else to come out with you. We need to come out and stand up against this administration and the actions that they continue to do to harass us in our own communities. I call upon our business owners who are also feeling the repercussions of this administration. We ask you to also support, do not cooperate with ICE. Educate yourselves. You also have rights as business owners in our communities, and we are here to support you and stand next to you. The fight is real. We have seen it in the southeast side of Chicago and the south suburbs, Crestwood, Middleton, Blue Island, Posen, Calumet City, and others. We continue to see the presence of ICE in our communities, scaring them. However, we also continue to organize, and our rapid response groups are out there passing the message and notifying each other when they're there. I say to them and to you, we are not alone. And this is the time we need to extend our hands to those who are in need. The attacks on the immigrant communities are attacks on all of us. ¿Cómo están? Soy Ana Guajardo con el Centro de Trabajadores Unidos en el sureste de Chicago y los suburbios de Sur Chicago.
Hemos visto cómo esta administración continúa sus tácticas de opresión y control, asustando a nuestros miembros de la comunidad. Este temor que están impulsando en nuestras familias es real. Lo vemos cada día, el temor cuando nos llaman a nuestra oficina y hablan sobre las situaciones. Lo que nosotros les pedimos es que no tengan miedo. Claro, sabemos el temor que tienen, pero al mismo tiempo, si ustedes no pueden salir, llamen a alguien más que venga por ustedes. Hablen con sus maestros, los maestros de sus hijos. Hablen con los pastores y pídanles que nos permitan hacer talleres después de misa. Hablen con los negociantes que ustedes van a las tiendas a comprar la comida y pídanles que sigan apoyando a uno, ya que a ellos también les conviene. En el 2005 vimos en la historia de América que el representante Sensenbrenner nos empezó a atacar. ¿Pero qué hicimos? Nos salimos, nos organizamos, luchamos en contra de esa propuesta para asegurarnos que mandamos un mensaje claro a esta administración. Ahora es tiempo de poder continuar a organizarnos y cuando inmigración cambia sus tácticas, como lo hicieron el otro día en nuestras comunidades, está bien. Nos vamos a organizar, nos vamos a preparar y nosotros también vamos a cambiar nuestras tácticas. Es un momento de educación, pero también es un momento de acción, de salir a las calles. Si ustedes no pueden, pídanle a alguien más que salga en su favor. Importante que mostremos la fuerza en números, porque nosotros sí tenemos números, y no nomás como comunidad latina, sino comunidad afroamericanas, como comunidad musulmanas y otros que también están siendo tocadas por esta administración. También les pedimos a estos negocios en nuestras comunidades, que están beneficiando también, que nos apoyen. Nosotros estamos aquí para brindarles a ustedes ayuda. Estamos aquí para también educarles y mostrarles que ustedes también tienen derechos como negocios para cerrarles la puerta a esta administración y a inmigración. La pelea es, de verdad, lo hemos visto en la comunidad del sur Chicago, lo hemos visto en Calumet City hace unas semanas, Crestwood ayer, unos días en Middleton. Esta lucha continúa y es importante que no dejemos que este temor nos paralice. Al contrario, hay que utilizar ahorita este momento para organizarnos y mostrar a esta administración que no nos van a callar y no nos van a aplacar. Gracias.
Give it up for Anna, y'all. Up next, I'd like to introduce Alec from the Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression.
The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Hello everyone, my name is Alan Kozawa and I'm a co-chair with the Chicago Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. The Alliance condemns Operation Midway Blitz as a campaign of terror and mass kidnapping of our siblings in the immigrant community. In the Alliance, we fight in the day-to-day to free those kidnapped and wrongfully convicted by the racist Chicago Police Department and other law enforcement agencies. We know the pain of family and community separation at the hands of this racist system, and we recognize that our strength comes from our ability to unite in the face of the same enemy. The same state's attorney that refuses to charge criminal cops for their abuse against our people also refuses to free those tortured and wrongfully convicted, and is now expressing willingness to work with the racist Trump administration in carrying out their campaign of terror. Say shame. These enemies rely on the same tired tactics, whether they are targeting our communities with pretextual traffic stops, repressing our movements for liberation, or targeting immigrants in the neighborhoods where they live and work. Shame. Because our movement in Chicago is united, and we have a long history of solidarity and collaboration between movements, we're able to respond and fight back against their attempts to divide us. We are stronger when we stand together. They cannot stop us, and we won't be done until all survivors of torture and wrongful conviction are free. Until crooked cops are off of our streets, and ICE is out of our cities. The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Thank you.
So give it up for our last but never least testimony of the night, and that's, I want to invite Ms. Rania from Arab American Action Network.
Hello everyone. My name is Rania Salem and I am an organizer with the Arab American Action Network, a member organization of ICER and a leading member in the coalition against the Trump agenda. I am a proud daughter of Palestinian immigrants, and I am here to say that we are unafraid. We will continue to fight like hell to defend our people, and we will win justice, liberation, and legalization for all with the power that we build here in Chicago and in the people's movement all across the United States. Trump wants to violently wage war upon our beloved immigrant and black communities here. He sent a disgusting tweet stating that Chicago's about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Then, when he was challenged about it by one of the most dignified reporters in the White House press corps, Yamiche Al-Sindoor, a black woman who Trump called darling and scolded to be quiet for spreading fake news, he threatens us with war, lies about it, and then verbally attacks a reporter who calls him out because he is exactly who we say he is. A racist, sexist moron who continues to control a political party and a political system that is rotten to the core. For 2 years, we have seen resistance from Palestinians and our supporters across the United States, the largest protests our community has ever mobilized. We saw the most exciting resistance on college campuses everywhere that we hadn't experienced since the Vietnam War era. And in the past 2 months, we have seen brave resistance in LA, DC, Miami, New York, and New Jersey, and now it's our turn. We cannot allow the militarization of our city, and we won't. ICE, DHS, the National Guard, Border Patrol, FBI, and Trump will not be successful in their plans because our friends and partners in the resistance like OCAD, BPNC, LSNA, HANA Center, Mi Gente, United African Organization, Chicago Alliance, Live Free Illinois, and so many other powerful immigrant rights and black liberation forces are fighting back. And because ICER and its member organizations have brilliantly organized a rapid response network all across the state of Illinois, training hundreds of organizers, community members, and allies to quickly respond to all ICE and other law enforcement activity, to document, to provide legal assistance, know your rights trainings, and to protect and defend our communities. The AAAN and Chicagoland's Arab community are part of this resistance as well, as we are responsible for one of the rapid response teams in the southwest suburbs. None of us is responsible for our oppression, but we are responsible for fighting for our justice and for our liberation. It is our responsibility to fight back together, unified as one, against this racist, anti-immigrant, anti-black, anti-Arab, anti-Muslim, fascist, white supremacist Trump regime. And when we fight, we win, because the people's resistance in Chicago cannot be defeated. When they come, we don't freeze. We organize, we take the streets. When they come, we don't freeze. We organize, we take the streets. Thank you.
Okay, my people, who's ready to march? Again, who's ready to march? I'm gonna take my words back and I'm gonna eat them up, because everybody who's here today isn't a lie. Everybody here is with one purpose. Today we're turning our pain, or sadness or sorrow, we're going to turn that into power. And I hope you're ready because we have a long way, but it's going to be worth it at the end. I promise you that power, that collective power that we all have, we want to make it feel today. This afternoon, we're going to be taking the streets that way. Please follow the folks with the banner. And before we adjourn, I want to ask to give you a very important number so you know who can reach out, because when our people is under attack, we stand up and we fight back.
So the number to call, 855-435-7693. Este número es importante que se memoricen y llamen por si acaso ven o sospechan algo que está sucediendo con inmigración. 855-435-7693.
Okay, my people, then let's do this. Let's take the streets.
Folks, please stay behind the banners. Give us a minute to get the sound truck. Everybody, please stay behind the banners. And everybody, give it up to our marshals in the yellow vest. Follow their leadership. And let's hit the streets, y'all. Let's do this. Okay, let's do it.